Hello and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Is Joe Budden right? Is 95% of all NFTs worthless? Okay, so I saw this video by the Joe Budden podcast, which I was listening to as I am a fan of that podcast, and I saw this debate come up. Is 95% of all NFTs worthless? And I think they mentioned crypto as well. So I thought this is going to be worthy of discussion here because I thought I'd like to add my opinion into this because, you know, I think there's a lot of people who get this kind of stuff misconstrued. And I think that's what's kind of happened here on this episode of the Joe Budden podcast. So I'd like to discuss this. And if anybody wants to add into the debate, great to have it, right? It's always good to have these kinds of conversations. So I saw a part where Joe Budden said, and I think he said cryptos as well, but he said, you know, NFTs and cryptos, he don't really think are going to be that great, but he thinks the blockchain, the actual technology itself is what's going to be great. So I thought we'd get into this and have this discussion because I think this needs to be cleared up. Okay, so before I start, I will just ask guys, if you could subscribe to the channel, I'd really appreciate that as that allows me to continue to give you guys this kind of content regularly and it does help support the channel. So if you could subscribe, I'd really appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, so let's get into this. The question, are 95% of all NFTs worthless? The answer to that is yes, okay? But the thing that I've got to say here is that's not the end of the conversation. That's true that 95% of all NFTs are worthless, but you can say that about many things in life, right? What you've got to understand, NFTs are just like art. NFTs are worth what people give it value to. And that's just the same as art. Like, for example, you could show me a painting now that's worth $10,000, right? I might look at that painting and think, I would never in my wildest dreams pay $10,000 for that painting. I would never pay that much. So to me, it's not worth that. So to me, I would probably think it's worthless because I would look at this and think, I don't even know what this painting is. It just looks weird, right? Some people look at art and it's subjective. People have different interpretations of it. Some people like it, some people don't, right? So the value is really just attributed to what that person is willing to pay for it. So while I might not look at it and think I'm willing to pay $10,000, this other person may have some kind of interpretation of the art and think this is absolutely incredible and this is what I think the artist is trying to portray. And I think it's an absolute work of art and I would pay $10,000 for it, right? So it's subjective. And that's what NFTs are, right? NFTs are just subjective to what the people are willing to pay for them. Some people might look at them and think, these look ugly, I don't really get it. It's just a JPEG, as people say when they try to criticize it. And some people might look at it and think, I think this is absolutely incredible and innovative and I'm willing to pay, you know, $1,000 for this. It really just comes down to what people are willing to pay. And so when they say 95% of NFTs are worthless, well, you could probably say 95% of art is worthless, right? Like if I tomorrow turned around and made a painting and said, hey, this is my drawing of New York, right? I'm going to sell this for $500. If someone's willing to pay $500 for that picture, then it's worth $500. Other people might look at it and think, this looks terrible. I don't get it. Why would somebody pay money for this? But if somebody's willing to pay that, then that's just what it is. But if not, then it's worthless, right? It's just me making a piece of art, but no one's adding no value to it. So the thing with this is when people are saying NFTs are worthless, it's kind of like, well, why are you attributing that just to NFTs? Right? This is where I think people are a bit out of touch when it comes to crypto. They don't understand it. And this is what happens when you're so early in a space. People don't understand this kind of technology, so they just shun it. Because it's easy to shun something right now. And make no mistake, understand this, we're in a bear market. So yes, everything's down right now. Everything is down right now. Crypto's the same. Right? The whole economy's down. If you look at the stock market, it's not doing as great as what it was. Everything's down. So this is just the market playing the market. Now, let's see if there's any videos that come out in a bull market. You know, will Joe Budden be doing another video then saying, oh, NFTs are really valuable now, they're popping and everything's going great and NFTs are the new in thing again? Maybe they will, right? Because this is how it goes. People follow trends. They just see that it's worthless right now, but things can change, right? The stock market goes up and down. Does that mean stocks are worthless because they're losing value? No. right? This is where fundamentals come into play, right? Now, I do still agree 95% of NFTs are worthless because 95% are people trying to make NFTs and basically failing, not being able to get any value from them, right? But as I said, that can be the same for art, right? And there are people who are genuinely just scamming people. That is true. There are people who are just making these NFTs, trying to make up this amazing use case for them when really they serve no purpose and they are trying to scam you. But are the scammers out there in the art world? Yes, right? Are there people who will try and maybe sell you a fake version of a painting? Yes. So there's scammers in all walks of life. It doesn't just have to be crypto, right? And I'll say this as well. You can apply the NFT thing to crypto. Are 95% of all cryptos worthless? Yes. 95% of cryptos that are out there serve no real purpose. They've got no utility. And in the long term, I don't think they will be here. They won't make it. Do you see what I'm saying? Long term, these cryptos will be gone. They won't survive because they've got no reason to be here. They don't do anything. So it's the same with crypto. And there will be a cleansing. And then what you'll be left with are the actual cryptos and the NFTs that are useful and that are valuable, right? That's what will happen. So it's the same all across the board right now in crypto. Yes, there are people in crypto who are starting crypto projects that are just to scam people. We all know about rug pulls, right? We know how this works. People are taking advantage of something that's new. So people are making up cryptos and saying, hey, this is my crypto coin, get in it, it's going to do this, that and this. It's not really going to do anything. It's just people trying to get liquidity into the token so then they can dump on the market, right? So this is just the way it works when you're in something that's so early. That's why we're talking about regulation, right? Because there's no regulation here. But when regulation comes and mass adoption comes, that's when the cryptos that serve no purpose and the NFTs that serve no purpose, they'll just get wiped out because no one will be buying them, right? The institutions that come in and stuff like that, they're going to want the cryptos that are actually providing some kind of utility, some kind of purpose that's useful for them to have, that they know people are going to want to have. Do you see what I'm saying? Pepe and those kind of coins, they won't survive. I'm just going to be honest with you because they don't do anything. They're meme coins. They've got no real purpose. So they won't be around. There's like 20,000 crypto coins at the moment, I believe, something like that, 20,000 cryptocurrencies. There's no way there's going to be that many after regulations and stuff like that. No way. There will be a mass extinction. But the coins that will survive are the coins that have utility. So yeah, when I look at this, like, I could tell this was a bit of an out of touch conversation, if I'll be honest. Like, yes, for the most part, the majority of NFTs are worthless. But you can put that into a lot of things. There's scams that go on out there in different ways. There's scams that go out there with property. There's people who scam in property. There's people who scam in art, right? There's people who scam in finance. There's people who scam in stocks. There's all sorts of scams that go on out there. We've all heard of penny stocks, right? Penny stocks is the equivalent to like a cryptocurrency, right? You're putting your money in a penny stock and you're hoping it will just have a jump up with high volatility so you can get money out of the increase. Do you see what I'm saying? So like, you can apply this to a lot of things in life. So to be making out like this is specific to NFTs, I think it's a bit misguided and I think it's a bit out of touch to me. So yes, you are right. But that doesn't mean that NFTs are useless. It doesn't mean that NFTs are going away. NFTs will be the same version of art that you have now. That's what it will be. It'll be like digital art. And it'll be just as important as cryptocurrencies and stuff like that. So, yeah, time will tell. But I think you'll see in the long term, it will be a lot clearer. And I think you'll probably see they'll either won't address it or they will, and their tone will change, in my opinion, because they'll see exactly how big NFTs will be in the long term. But yeah, there are a lot of scams out there, of course, like anything in life. So, after hearing all this, what do you think? Do you agree with Joe Budden? Do you just think NFTs are just worthless and not really anything that should be used within the crypto space, etc.? Or do you agree with me? Do you agree that yes, they're not worth anything right now, but we're in a terrible market condition at the moment, and also we're just early in the space, and we will see that NFTs will play a vital role in the long-term future within the crypto space? Let me know, guys, because I'd be interested to have this conversation. It's something that's really piqued my interest when I saw this, and I felt compelled to want to add my own opinion to this, so I thought I would, and I'll be interested to hear other people's opinion. So let me know your thoughts, guys. I'd be interested to hear. Thank you very much for watching this. If you did like it, please remember to drop a comment, like, and subscribe. But until next time, take care.